At first, I thought I had mentally created this system of communication, but that's not true. It actually exists.
Ev. Well, Ev, if you read into it, can mean a lot of things. And so in other words, why didn't I say Evelyn? Well, there's Eve, Ev, Ava, what's the riverboat. Fish gotta swim, and birds gotta fly. That's Las Vegas.
I'm trying to decide what color to write the next sequence of the card in. I look and I see R, right hand. So I write it in red. And suppose it's the left hand, L, black or blue, then I see eyes, then I see, let's say, bare left, and I look and I see a C, Cherokee, blue. Okay, if I write the term Memphis and I write it, let's say I'm writing it black ink now and red ink, and I write M in black, E in red, M in black, P in red, H in black, I in black, S in black. Well, you can see I wrote an E and a P in red. Well, what would that represent? That's Elvis Presley, E.P. The M, the black M, would be Martin Luther King. He was killed in Memphis. The other M would be Maxine Smith. She's also black in Memphis, a leader of the. And then the H.I.S., Harrington's integration, sir. So you see what I got? I got Martin Luther King, Elvis, Maxine Smith, Presley, Harrington's integration, sir. Take that night train to Memphis, take that night train to Memphis. And when you arrive at the station... Yeah, you can see how these damn cards could act like an ink block test, because there they are, and you can read into the card whatever is in your mind. Getting through the day is hard for me, but it helps to go to places where, like I say, I can have some tea and write cards.
My mother and father were divorced when I was 3, so I never really saw my father. I only saw him a couple times in the time that I was growing up. And that was one thing that influenced the way I felt. I felt like that my children were going to have a father. Evelyn and I had 3 children, Laura, Larry Jr., and William.
When I go by the house on Otis, I think a lot about when I was going through a lot of trouble and the effect that it had on the children. But when I think back and look at it now, the children have turned out all right. They survived it. The person who hadn't survived it okay is myself. When you read these signs, you may not be able to get closure. It may be like an advanced organizer. It may not be a final criterion response. So when you see them, you look at them, they may be ambiguous, and you may not get the total message. I go to Maslin House now to take my medication. I take Mellaril as an antipsychotic and lithium or Echolith for my manic depression. I don't like going to Maslin House because a lot of the people there are a lot worse off than I am and don't have continuity of thought. A lot of them are schizophrenic and other severely mentally ill. If I don't take my medication, I have a tendency to go into manic episodes, and if I don't take the Mellaril, I go into psychotic episodes. Okay, the alphabet, you can convert 1 to A, 2 to B, 3 to C, 4 to D, 5 to E, 6 to F, 7 to G.
That's the whole beauty of the thing. You give an advanced organizer, ambiguous as hell, cueing, prompting. It's not prompted, it's just giving you a set. It's giving you a context. And the next step is you further clarify. In some cases, you further clarify, right? Then you do it again. Now you think you got it, but what they did was what you think you got was to get you to that point, because they wanted to get to that point and say another point to provide another context and string that sumbitch, see, until you get another point. You see what I'm saying?
Every image you see is infinity. There are many ways to see it as there are people, and you bring to it your own experience, so that's all you could see. And we learn new things, of course, but anyway, each image that you see is infinity. Thanks for the memories.
The thing you have to worry about is changing people. I'm talking about, if you're going to change things, you got to change people. You can't just go out and think you're going to change organizations. And so I think that part of it is the fact that there are a number of people going through changes, and that it's sort of like a recruiting procedure where you're getting more and more people who see this, who see what the hell all this means. And it's not me, I'm not saying that, it's a combination of things, a combination of people. And it's just, you're talking about historical context and people in the past, long dead, who stay alive, who are alive and well in the memories and what they've contributed. And I think that's happening. I definitely think that's happening. And figuring out ways to communicate. I tell you, the part of this thing I do not understand. It's as if people. I cannot read people's minds at all. You read the nonverbal and all that to a point, but it's as if people can know what in the hell's going through my mind.